All right, our next example is x squared is less than 4. So the first thing that we want to do is, which is the technique that we'll use for all of the inequalities today, is basically move everything from the right of the inequality to the left and then begin to use algebra techniques to finish the problem. So if I move my 4 to the left, or if you would like to use subtracting by 4 on both sides, that is equivalent. I would have x squared minus 4 is less than 0. It is positive here. If I move it to the left, it becomes negative. Basic algebra teaches us that x squared minus 4 is what we call a difference of two squares, which factors open, close is less than 0. X plus or minus 2 and 2. And so now we're at a point now to where we can actually we factored all that we can factor, and so now what we want to do is choose our test points, which is found by actually taking both of our factors, x plus 2 and x minus 2, setting them both equal to 0 and solving. And as you can see, this is an easy one-step equation, which would tell us this gives us a solution. X plus 2 equals 0 says that x is equal to negative 2, and x minus 2 is equal to 0 says that x is equal to 2. So our two test points that we'll use to partition the number line will be 2 and negative 2. So here is negative 2 and here is 2. Dotted line, dotted line. I write both of my factors, x plus 2 and x minus 2. And so basically what we're doing is we want to actually use test points. We want to try a point to the left of negative 2, try a point in the middle of negative 2 and 2, and try a point to the right of 2. This is done so that we can actually find all values of x that will produce solutions that are less than 0. In other words, that will produce solutions that are negative. So if I try a point to the left of negative 2, say negative 5, negative 5 plus 2 is a negative answer. Negative 5 minus 2 is also a negative answer. If I look at a number between negative 2 and 2 like 0, 0 plus 2 is positive, 0 minus 2 is negative. Choose a point to the right of 2 like 5. 5 plus 2 is positive, and 5 minus 2 is also positive. So since we're multiplying these two factors, x plus 2 times x minus 2, if we multiply a negative times a negative, that is a positive. If we multiply a positive times a negative, that is a negative. And if we multiply two positives, again, I get a positive. So my problem actually asked me to go and find all solutions that will provide a negative answer. And we see by partitioning the real line, all values of x that fall between negative 2 and 2 will produce those negative solutions. So to write my answer on the number line, I have negative 2 and 2. Both will have open circles because I don't want to actually include these two. If I include these two as solutions, they will give me a solution that is equal to 0 and not less than 0. So we basically shade the inside and we are finished.